So today we begin a two-part homily series on stewardship. And hopefully after this homily series, we're done with homily series for a while, okay? Preacher Tony Robbins says, God has a house. It's called his kingdom. He not only owns the house, he owns everything that's in the house. Psalm 24, verse 1 states, "The earth is the Lord and all it holds, the world and all who dwell in it." God claims leadership of the whole world and of all creation. Again, Psalm 89, verse 12. "Yours are the heavens, yours are the earth, you created the world and everything in it." And Hebrews chapter 3, verse 4. "Every house is built by someone, but the builder of all is God." Deuteronomy 10:14, "Look, the heavens, even the highest heavens, belong to the Lord your God, as well as the earth and everything within it." Leviticus 25, verse 33, God states, "The land shall not be sold permanently, for the land is mine." It's his house. And he owns the house and everything in it. He owns everything. That means we own nothing. We own nothing. Not even our own lives. And we think we do, but we don't. This week had a very personal situation take place that really brought this home for me. My cousin, who's my age, a couple months younger, got word on, I think Thursday, that he was in the hospital and they discovered he had prostate cancer. So, Kevin is a very life of the party type guy, big Bulls fan, movie buff, and so my family there's 6 of us children and my parents, we began negotiating, trying to figure out how we're all going to get up there to Chicago to visit him. And then on Friday, we got word that a blood clot entered his heart and he had a massive heart attack and he's on life support. So we all went up last Sunday to be with him, but he didn't know we were there, but we felt it necessary to be present to him for a while. And then we were hopeful that he would be weaned off the life support and be able to continue. He had a battle against prostate cancer, but as it turned out, we got a call this past Friday that they were disconnecting him from life support, and if we wanted to come and see him, say goodbye. And as a priest, you're in those situations a lot, but when it's a family member, it really drives home when they take you off life support and you have those final few moments where the person's still here and not quite here. It really hit me how fragile life is and how we think that our lives are our own. We get up in the morning, we look in the mirror, and we think, this is what I'm going to do today, and this is how it's going to go, and we're trying to control every aspect of our life, right? Am I right? You don't know what the day is going to bring. You look in the mirror in the morning, there is no promise to you that you have tomorrow. And so because you don't know you have tomorrow, because you don't own it, God owns it, you better make the best of today. Amen? Now, it's his house, and he owns the house and everything in it. Now, if we can get this sinking in our head, then our spiritual life takes a huge jump forward. God entrusts all that we have, and Robbins talks about this as like he creates a property management company. You know what that is? Yeah, you have an apartment building, and you hire somebody to come in and manage the property. You might say, hey, you can have an apartment in the building. You don't own the building, but you manage the building. You make sure that the roof isn't leaking. You make sure that the heat is on, right? You know what I'm talking about? So he says, God has a management company. It's called mankind. And it's our job, given everything that we have, to manage that for God. Psalm 8, verses 5 through 7 reads, "What is man that you are mindful of him, son of man, that you care for him? You've made him little less than a god, crowned him with glory and honor, and you've given him rule," not ownership, rule over the works of your hands. So you and I, part of the management company of mankind, have been asked to do two things when it comes to stewardship. One, protect what you have. And two, and most importantly, expand it. Use it in a way that glorifies God. Use it in a way that multiplies the value of what you have. Remember last week we talked a little bit about the hallmarks of discipleship is fruitfulness. We see a similar aspect in being a steward. It's not enough to protect what God has entrusted us, but we must expand it in ways that honor God. Remember the parable that's found in Matthew's gospel and Luke's gospel of the talents? Yes? So God says this, the master hands these talents, or it would be money, to three of his servants. One of them goes out and invests it wisely and multiplies what he originally was given. Second one goes out and invests it, not as successful, but he still multiplies what he's got. And what did the third guy do? He buried it in the ground. He hoarded it. See, he was trying to protect it, but he didn't understand the other side of protection is to expand. And so we have to understand that, because which one are you? Which one of those people most resembles you? Do you take what God has given you? And we're talking about time, talent, treasure, everything. Are you expanding it? Are you using it in a way that glorifies God? I want you to know that here at St. John the Evangelist, when you contribute to this parish, you're not only protecting your money, but you're expanding it. What you give us may not in and of itself be able to accomplish what is being accomplished, but when we put it all together, then we are definitely expanding what God has given us. We have a clear process, so you should be comfortable, you should be secure knowing that many people are involved in creating what is our budget. And every dollar we spend on our mission to make disciples is spent wisely and not foolishly. And if you've opened how many of you opened your update yet this weekend? Oh my. Please open your update, because inside your update is this booklet. It's called Impact Booklet, because this is going to tell you, it's a financial report. It's going to explain to you the process we use to create budgets, the people that are involved in that process, but most importantly, it's going to tell you how the dollars that you contribute to us impact people. Powerful stories here of people who've been in. We could have made this book 3 times the size with a number of testimonies. We're not only impacting people within the walls of this church, whose lives are being radically changed for the better, but we're also helping people beyond this. People will never know their names. People who come to the soup kitchen, people who get groceries from us, people that are touched by our presence at mission trips. So much is going on. So please, open it, because we were practicing good stewardship. This book costs $3.50 to produce, so we gave it to you electronically. So you can open it up on your screen and you can read it. Those of you who do not have internet, we have a limited number of books which you can pick up at the welcome desk. But please open up your update and go through this book and see for yourself the power that we have united and the impact we're making on so many people's lives. I'm deeply grateful for your generosity and pray that you will continue to be the type of stewards that please God. Let the church say,